Honeymoon awaiting Donald Trump in Washington. 3 days before taking office, the president-elect's approval rating stands at 40%, with a majority saying they disapprove. A new CNN ORC poll also finds the confidence in Trump's transition is lower than the last 3 presidents. Much lower.
I, Barack Hussein Obama.
8 years ago, President Obama came into office with 84% of Americans approving of his transition. George W. Bush, 61%. Bill Clinton, 67%. Tonight, Trump is taking issue with the findings, saying on Twitter, the same people who did the phony election polls and were so wrong are now doing approval rating polls. They are rigged just like before. But a majority of Americans do believe Trump will deliver on his biggest promise of all, jobs. 61% say it's likely President Trump will create good-paying jobs. 39% disagree. At Trump Tower today, another big-name CEO meeting with the president-elect. This time, the chairman of Boeing, who Trump tangled with last month over the cost of a new Air Force One.
I think Mr. Trump is doing a great job engaging with business. Right? We're all on the same page here.
Corporate America is trying to stay on Trump's good side, with General Motors announcing a $1 billion investment in factories to save or create 1,500 jobs, and Walmart announcing 10,000 new jobs this year. And Trump noticed, responding on Twitter, "Thank you to General Motors and Walmart for starting the big jobs push back into the U.S." As Washington puts on the finishing touches for Friday's inauguration, some Republicans are apprehensive about Trump's rocky transition. Senator John McCain told CNN he's not surprised Trump's approval ratings are far lower than his predecessors.
He seems to want to engage with every windmill that he can find rather than focus on the large aspect of assuming the most important position on earth.
Other Republicans in Congress say they are being kept in the dark on Trump's tax reform and health care plans. Vice President-elect Mike Pence making the rounds on Capitol Hill today, hoping to ease concerns about Trump's agenda. Meanwhile, the list of Democrats who say they will boycott Trump's inauguration is growing. Tonight, about 1/4 of all House Democrats say they will not be on hand when Trump takes his oath. Arizona Congressman Ruben Gallego explained his absence, saying, "We must stand against Trump's bigotries, birther conspiracies, attacks on Gold Star parents, and civil rights heroes." California Congresswoman Karen Bass took a non-scientific Twitter poll of her constituents before deciding not to attend. Sean Spicer, the incoming White House press secretary, downplayed the boycotts.
It's a shame that these folks don't want to be part of the peaceful transfer of power, but it's within their right, and I think that frees up some great seats for the millions of people who are excited to see this president.
And Jeff Zeleny joins us now, along with the rest of the panel. I mean, skipping the inauguration is one thing, but these are Democrats who supposedly have to work with this next administration. It's not necessarily setting a great precedent for going forward.
It's not, and it's not following in the example of their leader. President Obama has not questioned Donald Trump's legitimacy at all. But I'm keeping an eye on the Senate. So far, no Senate Democrats have said they are going to join in this protest here. That would be a far bigger problem because Donald Trump actually needs those Senate votes. He has to have 60 votes for every big piece of legislation. Senate Democrats will be there. House Democrats, frankly, are not important to the process in terms of voting. For the first time in 10 years, starting Friday, Republicans control the House, the Senate, and the White House. So they're in the wilderness, and they can protest all they want. But Donald Trump will take office noon on Friday.
You know, John, reading Donald Trump's tweet about the